Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. In today's report we will discuss three major stories that are making headline across the region. In this video, first we'll talk about President Salva Kiir has arrived in Uganda ahead of President Yoweri Museveni inauguration ceremony for another term in office. Many African leaders are expected to attend the event in Kampala. Second, we'll talk about security officials in South Sudan have stopped buses carrying more than 100 children to Juba under suspicious circumstances. Authorities are now investigating what they believe could be a child trafficking case. And finally, we will look at the growing political discussion surrounding Riek Machar. Many people are now asking whether his release could happen soon or after new talk involving the African Union envoy. Before we proceed, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin this report with President Salva Kiir arrived in Uganda for Museveni inauguration. South Sudan President Salva Kiir arrived in Kampala, Uganda on Sunday ahead of the inauguration ceremony of Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni. The ceremony is expected to take place on May 12th at the Kololo Independence Ground in Kampala. And President Museveni is preparing to begin another term in office after winning Uganda presidential election earlier this year. According to Uganda Electoral Commission, Museveni received more than 70% of the vote. His main challenger, opposition leader Robert Chagulanyi, also known as Bobby Wine, received nearly 25%. President Salva Kiir traveled to Uganda after attending another inauguration ceremony in Djibouti. The Djibouti President Ismail Omar Guelleh was sworn in for another term over the weekend. South Sudan officials say President Salva Kiir is expected to hold talk with President Museveni during his stay in Uganda. The discussions are expected to focus on relations between South Sudan and Uganda, as well as regional security and political matters affecting East Africa. Uganda and South Sudan have maintained close political and economic ties for many years. Uganda has played an important role in South Sudan affairs since before independence. Ugandan troops have also been involved in security operations in South Sudan during different period of conflict. President Museveni is considered one of President Salva Kiir the strongest regional allies. A report from Uganda say at least 35 head of state and government officials are expected to attend the inauguration ceremony. Thousands of guests are also expected to gather in Kampala for the event. Uganda Minister for the Presidency Millie Mambalanda said leaders from across Africa have been invited to attend. Political parties and liberation movement from several countries are also expected to participate. Among the parties expected are South Africa's ANC, Tanzania CCM, Rwanda RPF, and South Sudan SPLM. The ceremony is being presented as a major political event for Uganda and the region. However, not everyone in Uganda agrees with the election result. Some opposition leaders have criticized the election process. They claim there was intimidation of voters and heavy deployment of security forces during the voting period. Despite the criticism, Museveni is preparing to continue his leadership after decades in power. Many political observers say the relationship between President Salva Kiir and President of Uganda, Museveni, remain important for South Sudan stability. Uganda is one of South Sudan's biggest trading partners. Many South Sudanese citizens live, study, and do business in Uganda. Thousands of Ugandan trade also work in South Sudan, especially in Juba and other towns. The relationship between the two countries affects transport, trade, security, and movement of people across the border. Political analysts believe the talk between Kiir and Museveni may also include discussion about the current political situation inside South Sudan. The country continued to face challenges linked to the peace agreement, security concerns, and political tension. Some observers believe Uganda could continue playing a role in regional diplomacy and South Sudan move through another difficult political period. For now, all eyes are on Kampala as African leaders continue arriving for the inauguration ceremony. Now let us move to our second major story today. This story has shocked many people across South Sudan after security force intercepted buses carrying children toward Juba. Authorities are now investigating the situation carefully. Before we move on to this top story, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Now look at this. Security forces stop buses carrying children to Juba. South Sudan authorities are investigating a serious case involving hundreds of children transported from northern Barghazal state to Juba. According to official, security forces intercepted buses carrying 124 children on May 5th near the entrance to Juba. The children included 21 girls and 103 boys. Officials say the children were being transported without proper legal permission or documentation. The incident immediately raised concern among authorities and community leaders. Many people fear the children could have been victims of human trafficking or illegal movement. Speaking to the media, Member of Parliament Stephen Ajongo Akol say the children have now been returned to northern Barghazal state. He explained that the children were being reunited with their families. According to Ajongo, the buses carrying the children were stopped after security officer discovered there were no legal permit allowing the transportation. A church organization known as Stone International Church reportedly claimed the children were being taken to Juba for free education opportunities. However, many officials and community members question why proper consent and procedure were not followed. Authority in northern Barghazal formed a committee to receive the children and investigate the situation further. Community leaders said many parents were unaware their children had been taken away. Some families reportedly become worried and confused after learning their children had been moved without clear information. Based on this information, a local chief from Will South County said he only discovered the incident after returning from medical treatment. He explained that security officer informed him children had been intercepted near Bongo Station close to Bill Palm military headquarters. The chief added that some children came from several areas in Awil South and nearby communities. Another community representative welcomed the intervention by security forces. He said children could never be moved to unknown places without the knowledge and approval of parents and authorities. Officials also revealed another group of more than 200 children had previously been intercepted while moving toward Juba. Those children were also reunited with their families over the weekend, according to the information. The case has increased concern about child safety in South Sudan. Last month, police warned about increasing cases involving child abuses, involving child abuse and suspected trafficking. Authorities say they recorded multiple incidents in a recent month involving children move across different states. One earlier case involved children from Warab state who were rescued in central Equatoria. Police officials said investigation into these cases are continuing. Human rights activists say children remain vulnerable because of poverty, insecurity, and lack of education opportunities. Some families facing economic hardship may easily trust promises of free education or better living conditions for their children. However, activists warn that moving children without proper consent creates serious risk. Community leaders are now calling for stronger protection system for children across South Sudan. They also want greater public awareness to prevent similar incidents in the future. Some citizens praised the security forces for acting quickly before the children reach unknown destination. Others are demanding a full investigation to determine who organized the transportation and what the real intention were. For now, authorities say the children are safe and efforts are being made to reunite every child with their family. This case continues to raise important questions about child protection, community trust, and law enforcement in South Sudan. Now to our final and most discussed political story today. There is growing conversation inside South Sudan about the future of opposition leader Dr. Riek Machar. Recent political developments are causing many people to ask one important question: could Dr. Riek Machar be released soon or not? Political discussion around Dr. Machar are slowly changing in South Sudan. For the first time in many months, there are signs that communication between the SPLMIU and regional leader may be opening again. Dr. Machar has remained under house arrest since March 2025. His detention has remained one of the biggest political issues in South Sudan's peace process. Now, new development involving the African Union have created fresh debate across the country. Recently, the SPLMIO was allowed to formally engage with African Union envoy Jakaya Kikwete. This meeting has attracted attention from many observers, both inside and outside South Sudan. Some people believe this could be an early sign of possible negotiation regarding Dr. Machar's future. Others remain cautious and said it may only be a limited political step. Still, many analysts agree that even small dialogue efforts are politically important. The discussion comes at a sensitive time for South Sudan. The country continues facing political tension, economic difficulties, and uncertainty about the implementation of the peace agreement. Observers say the involvement of the African Union slow. It shows that regional leaders remain concerned about stability in South Sudan. Jakaya Kikwete has been meeting different political groups and leaders connected to the peace agreement. A report indicates that he has held talk with government officials. Also, he held talk with opposition group and also with diplomat and civil society representatives. His meeting also included discussion with leaders in Uganda and South Africa before arriving in Juba. Political observers say these consultations suggest regional actors are trying to understand whether conditions are suitable for political progress. The reopening of dialogue with the SPLMIO is being viewed as an important development. Many people remember that previous peace effort in South Sudan often depended on regional mediation and international pressure. Some analysts now believe President Salva Kiir recent public message about the forgiveness and reconciliation may have political meaning beyond religious language. During Easter celebration, President Salva Kiir spoke about forgiveness and peace. At the time, some people view the message as symbolic, but recent political development have caused others to reconsider the speech. Some now believe the message may have been preparing the public for possible political de-escalation. However, there is still uncertainty. South Sudan has experienced many movements in the past where hope for political progress later disappeared. Several peace agreements and negotiations have previously faced delay and setback. Because of this story, many citizens remain careful about raising expectations too quickly. At the same time, the renewed involvement of regional organizations is creating cautious optimism. Some political experts believe South Sudan leaders understand the need to reduce tension and avoid further instability. Others say pressure from neighboring countries could also influence future political decisions. The possibility of Dr. Riek Machar release remains one of the most sensitive political issues in the country. Supporters of the opposition believe its release could help revive political dialogue and strengthen the peace process. Meanwhile, government supporters argue that legal and security concerns must also be considered. For now, no official announcement has been made regarding any release, but one thing is clear: the political conversation in South Sudan is beginning to change. People are talking about, they are talking again about negotiation, they are talking about reconciliation, they are talking about a possible political movement. Whether this leads to real progress or another period of uncertainty, it remains to be seen. Many South Sudanese citizens continue hoping for peace, stability, and political solution that can move the country forward. Today, three stories show that South Sudan and the region continue facing major political and social challenges. President Salva Kiir visit to Uganda highlight the importance of regional relationship and diplomacy. And again, the child transportation case remind the countries about the urgent need to protect vulnerable children and strengthen law enforcement in the country. And also the renewed political discussion about Dr. Riek Machar show that the peace process remains one of the most important issues facing South Sudan today. As always, the future will depend on dialogue, leadership, decision, and the willingness of political actors to avoid further conflict. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel and this is your first time, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching. Let's meet on the next video. Bye-bye.